A Christmas Story, the musical, with all your favorite funny gags. The Fragile leg lamp, the Red Ryder BB gun, the ridiculous pink bunny suit, and more. All the fun of the movie, now with singing and dancing as seen on Broadway, with music by Pasek and Paul, the writers of The Greatest Showman. We triple dog dare you to get your tickets today. Leadcenter.org.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
There's only one place this holiday season to shop for the sports fan in your life and get cash back for slightly used sports items you don't need anymore. Play It Again Sports. Check out their selection of new and used items, including home fitness equipment like treadmills, exercise bikes, and ellipticals, and get your lift on with free weights, benches, and racks to add to your home gym. And don't forget, if you have anything slightly used to trade in, they'll give you instant cash. Holiday shopping starts and ends at Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Did you know that deer collisions are covered under the comprehensive portion of your car insurance? That means, like with hail damage or vandalism, since they are out of your control, they don't usually raise your insurance rates. And that's a good thing, since most deer don't carry liability insurance. At Eustace Body Shop, we fixed all kinds of animal collision damage, from cows to raccoons, bobcats, and even turkeys. We can't do much for the animal, but we can get your car back on all fours and looking like new again.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
Step into the octagon if you dare. This is Lionheart Live with former UFC light heavyweight Anthony Lionheart Smith on 93.7 The Ticket. Lionheart Live is sponsored by Canopy Street Market, located at the corner of South Canopy and N Streets in the Haymarket. Here is your host, Anthony Lionheart Smith.
It is, first of all, it's gorgeous. 11:03 in the city. 11:03 in the city. And I kept trying to pay attention. 48 degrees. Headed mid-50s. We're thrilled. 402-464-5685 is the Sartor Heyman text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing, and you do, hit us up. Follow on all the live video streams, Facebook, YouTube, X, LO Channel 961 if you're fancy. Download the Ticket app. Have it on your phone, on your devices. Please, 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 please do, so that you can take us wherever you are. Doesn't really matter where you are. We want to be, and you want us there. Bach, kind sir, if you will please, before we bring in the man, pay the bills. Pay the bills.
Yeah, our one today is sponsored by Hamilton Telecommunications, bringing you the latest quality technology and communication services since 1901. Whether it's residential or business, Hamilton has the answers. Visit hamiltontel.com for more info today.
Thank you, kind sir. Bach, how the heck are you?
Hey, I'm doing pretty good. The sun is out. It's a little warmer out today. I like it.
Okay, can handle. Let's bring him in. He is the Anthony Lionheart Smith. Kind sir, happy Wednesday to you. Fresh, look at him, freshly shaved. Got the facial hair lined up. I saw him with the chapstick, getting prepared to spit fire. Right?
Gotcha.
For public safety, you have to make sure that there's no cracked lips when you spit fire like that. So, Lionheart, what's good, brother?
Oh, DP. What a week.
What a week.
The difference a make will week. Wait, the difference a week will make. There we go.
There you go.
The difference a week will make in how you feel about your sports teams.
Yeah.
Husker volleyball doesn't make the Final Four.
Yeah.
Dylan Raiola went out to get milk and didn't come back.
I'll be back.
And the Chiefs didn't make the playoffs.
He's like, I'll be back, y'all.
Yeah, he said, "Oh, it's fine. It's fine. No, listen, you guys play with your toys.
Yeah.
You hang out right here. I'm gonna go get some milk at the corner store."
Oh, look, little Herbie.
Just little Herbie sitting out on the front porch, waiting on Raiola to come back with his sack lunch and his bottle of water. Got his clothes for his sleepover.
Yeah,
A little knapsack on a stick on his shoulder. He ain't coming back.
Yeah.
He ain't
Well,
coming back.
right. Here's the thing. Here's what's funny. And I was having this conversation yesterday with somebody. Like I'm not begrudging anybody doing business in the day of doing business. But I also would say that, it's always, the grass is not always greener. And yes, Patrick Mahomes University also would allow him to wear, the same colors and dress the same way and do what he does and follow the path, right? They can both be in recovery together. You can get through, right? But there is that possibility that, quite frankly, there's not a better, sexier deal out there. Now, all the grown folks in the room know you're as loyal and as faithful as your options.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the old Richard Pryor line. You're as loyal and as faithful as your options. And not all options are golden. Not all things shown to you are golden. So I'll lead with that. What if he wanted to come back?
Yeah, I mean, that's business. I'm not, and again, I'm not begrudging him.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to be.
Oh,
I'm allowed to not feel good about it, though.
We're gonna laugh about it because otherwise you cry. Right?
Yeah. You have to. You got to make a joke about it for sure.
Can we say that honestly? That this is really what it's like. That people are really just dating now.
Yeah. What do you mean now?
Well,
come on.
Or
anytime there's a dollar involved. This is. I told you guys a couple weeks ago. Remember what I said, DP? What did I say? There is no such thing as college sports anymore. It's not a thing. College sports don't exist. It just happens to be they're professional athletes that happen to go to school too.
And I'm okay with that.
Yeah, but the old school guys, the people that are just so used to the way that the system is right now, or at least the way that it was, and the ones that loved it the way that it was before, I can understand why you don't want it to change. Like, you get a quarterback and you want it to be you want franchise players, essentially. This is what you want. No one worries about Patrick Mahomes going to another team.
These are the same people that married the first person they dated in high school and they stayed together forever.
Right.
Same house.
Things change. Things change.
Yeah.
And again, I love the traditionalism in getting a player. You convince a 4-star, 5-star recruit to come to your school, and then you develop him, and he's not as good the first year, but he's getting better, and then the second year, and you watch him grow, and you feel like he's with us this whole way through. I'm sorry, guys, this is not how it is. It's not how it is. We're in this weird spot where we need to pop off, because look at Alabama or LSU or Georgia. Even if they have a bad season, they still have no problem recruiting the best players coming out of high school, because there's a tradition there. There's a culture that just breeds success. So even if they have a bad season, Georgia fans aren't going, "Oh, we're never going to be good again." They're like, "Okay, we had a tough year. We'll be back next year," because we've done it time and time and time and time again. That's where we have to get. We have to get to a spot where being successful and having great seasons and being in the top 10 is expected. And it's weird when we're not. That's how we're going to continue to get people to stay and commit to our program. But right now, they're going to come take our money, do the best they can for 1 year, and look for a better deal.
But Lionheart, isn't this we can fully accept that this is hot girl territory?
Oh yeah,
right. That everybody's self-esteem is now being measured on a daily basis, because Georgia's a hot girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, go ahead. If you you think you can do better than me, okay. I'm going to win without you.
Right.
So, and then the next hot guy will simply step up and probably work harder to be here. It is self-esteem is now in play in college athletics, and how you present who you are and who you think you are. And I think what we're seeing is that there's some high level, low self-esteem in this athletic department.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When it comes to football. Because think about it this way. If this was if college football was a nightclub, right? And everybody's there, right? Think Jerry Maguire, right? Everybody, all the agents are in the room. And it's just logo. Who does Nebraska pull? Like, and where would they be in the like, if you're Lionheart Jr. and they're starting a UFC program in the space, Nebraska and Georgia are not in the same area of the draft pick.
No,
they're
no,
not.
no.
Right? Bach, serious business. Self-esteem, just for brand identity for football, right? If it's your son and your son's a 5-star and he can now pick. Nebraska's in the room because of your loyalty to it. But then, all things equal, is Nebraska the top pick, and where does it fall?
Yeah, not anywhere close.
Right. Like, so Lionheart, is that where we are now, that on a daily basis, every time a player in the football program decides he's going to get into the transfer portal, it's because he's saying a part of that is, I'm not happy at home. This everything isn't being provided, and I'm looking. And that's when adult males get uncomfortable. Right?
Sure.
Is that fair?
Mm-hmm. That is fair. That's fair.
So where would Nebraska be in that room of Georgia, Texas, A&M, LSU, Ohio State, Michigan, Oregon? Like, there's a full run before you get to Nebraska football.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the bottom. It's at the bottom of that list. And I don't know how because of, like, everyone always complains about this, the portal and the NIL deals, and they're complaining about it for the wrong reason. Like, the schools that were already sexy and appealing and already have those cultures and the places that high school kids are watching, like, oh, I'm going to play at Texas, or I'm going to play at Oregon, or I'm going to play at Alabama or Georgia or LSU. The ones that are on those teams on those lists now have a leg up because they can continue. Now they use the NIL and they use the portal and they recruit out of that. Now they can continue to get better and elevate themselves even higher. Well, now we're behind. We were already behind. So even if we match them, say we have the same amount of NIL money coming in, we got the same amount of rev share, and we can offer the same thing. We're still, like, if Georgia and Alabama are 1 and we're 10 and we're all elevating at the same pace, we're still 10.
You're still behind.
So and again, like, and I don't know how we remedy this, DP. Like, you get a, I don't just, I mean,
that's part of my call today.
Like, you get a quarterback that's going to pull $1 million, right? In NIL from Georgia and from Nebraska. How do we get him here instead?
Okay, so this should be the task for the next 45 minutes. Is that me, you, Bach? We try to figure out what are the necessaries, what are the mandatories, right? The things that have to change, and then the ways. Like, where are we trying to get to, right? So we're gonna reset the GPS. Where we know where Nebraska is. It's 7-5, gonna go to Vegas and play Utah. We don't know what's gonna happen after Utah, right? Because things will change again, right? Better or worse, things will change. And then we immediately have to know what the goal is for Nebraska to be. Is it next time this year? Is it August? Like, what are we focusing on And then what will that look like ideally? If you say you need a quarterback, is that a fair starting place?
Well, I think I mean there was a lot there, but I think generally it starts with the players and like how you're appealing them, right? Like what do you have to offer? So if I'm a football player and you're a highly rated recruit, what are the things that you're looking at? Because you don't really care about college. Of course, you want to go get a degree. A lot of them want to get degrees. They want to have an education because who knows what happens when you're in the league and you blow an ACL or something. But generally, these players are looking to get drafted. At least these, if we're just talking about quarterbacks, running backs, and receivers, right? These guys are looking to get drafted. So then you're going to start looking at the programs. Well, how many draft picks are they, or how many people are they sending into the draft every year? Like what rounds are these people coming out of? So really it comes down to player development. And I think I think that gets missed a little bit. Of course, people want to win national championships and they want to be successful and they want to get drafted, but they need to be developed first. So I would think, in my opinion, it starts with money. A lot of, especially these days, we're kind of where we are. That's going to be fairly even, especially to a young kid. Like if it's 950 or 1.5, what's the difference?
Yeah.
Realistically at that level.
Yeah.
When we're talking about there's other things on that list. So then it comes down to development. Who's going to get you to the league faster or more prepared? Because that's got to be number two. Of course, again, if you can win a national championship and achieve both those two things, great. But I don't know that that's the highest thing on the list for all these players. So I think that's 1 and 2 for sure. And that's one, we're there. Nebraska can compete with anybody in terms of rev share and NIL and how these players are treated. We have some of the best facilities in the entire country. We have the best physical therapy, the rehab people, strength and conditioning. We're right there with any other program in the country. But then we go to number 2. I think we have really incredible coaches, but we're not sending people at the same rate to the draft and to the league as everyone else is. And we're not winning championships and conference titles and we're not knocking off the big bad wolf in the room every year.
Is
Michigan sucked this year and everyone still tuned into that game because they knew they had a shot to beat Ohio State.
Well, but that's I think
even when they suck, we still think they have a chance.
Yeah, I think
we're not that team right now. When we suck, we suck.
Yeah,
no one gives us a chance.
Is that they want the possibility of beating Ohio State?
We want a chance,
right? You want to feel like it's legitimate, like we've got, and it's not just a slugger's chance. That there's a chance, right, and a good chance, right? That there's some, and you also don't want it to be like an off. You don't want it to be a rare occurrence.
Like a one-off. Okay, how did Indiana turn their program around?
Oh,
because listen, guys, I don't know if you've ever been there. It ain't any damn better than here. It's really not.
It's not even the same ballpark.
It's not.
Bloomington it's not.
And I'm not talking trash if there's someone that, some Indiana natives there. Like, it's not any cooler than here. The weather ain't any better.
No.
The
facilities aren't as good.
The girls aren't any hotter. The facilities are nowhere close.
Oh, boy, go back and say that again.
I'm just saying, like, we're talking about hot girls in the room. Like, Indiana is a lateral movement. But what did they do different?
They got to work. They simplified. We talk about, and this is where I buck against a lot of the traditional conversation about the current state of affairs with Nebraska and college football, college athletics. I would rather somebody tell me that, well, it's quarterbacks get $1 million. Well, but Nebraska was paying 3 times that, almost 4 times that.
Mm-hmm.
For a variety of reasons. Hey, man, it's your money. Do what you want to do with it. But to tell me that there aren't quarterbacks in this country with true skill who could play at this level and not turn, like, I don't want him to turn the ball over. Can he actually run the offense in full, right? Don't limit me. Like, if I'm Holgorsen, I want somebody that can do everything in my playbook and do it consistently. right? Which means if I need to zone read, you know what? I need you to be a threat. If things break down, I need you to be a playmaker. I need those things. And those are not star things. That's IQ. If you fall in love with the star system, you're gonna get the same problems of people who date on the star system. But if you're talking about football, I need a quarterback who, one's a leader, right? He leads everybody all the time. Everybody all the time. It's not about him. It's about everybody all the time. And then can he do everything in the playbook consistently, constantly? And those are not necessarily $1 million guys. There's some guys. Remember, there's 2 quarterbacks in James Madison aren't getting $1 million. They're getting 400,000. They're getting 400,000, and they're playing in the playoffs. And you can tell me that.
And our $3 million quarterback sitting on a bench.
Dude, bro was out there. Indiana didn't have a $3 million quarterback. They got a Heisman winner. Yeah. They got a Heisman winner, but that's not what they were doing 3 years ago, 2 years ago, a year ago. So that discussion, is it more likely? No, it's more familiar. That doesn't make it more likely, right? Listen, the top 2 quarterbacks in the country this year were people that pissed away and said, you know what, we don't think you're good enough. But they both were.
See, here's my mentality. I would always take Brock Purdy over Shedeur just take them both when they were in college in their last year. I'll take Brock Purdy over Shedeur every time. And it goes down to the mentality, the leadership, and kind of the way that they approach the game. I think Shadeur's probably a better quarterback. Just to be fair. Probably.
He's more skilled.
Yes. But I don't think he doesn't have the IQ. He doesn't have the leadership skills to lead an entire team. And he's got a superstar mentality. Brock Purdy is a worker. Super smart, runs the offense, do anything you ask him to do, dangerous from everywhere, bite down on his mouthpiece and go when he's got to go and be tough when he has to. But he's willing to step out of bounds. I'm not taking that one.
I'll challenge you on the IQ. They're both coaches' kids. And they both spend a lot of time in the lab learning things about the game that most people that they play with and against don't have access to. Right? So it's like,
yeah, but one is willing to trust his teammates and one isn't.
Well, one's allowed to.
What do you mean?
One's left on an island. Like, listen, they said
we're talking about Shedeur.
Yeah, they sent Shedeur to
game. I think he puts himself on
the game with the wrong wristband, bro. Like, come on. Like
I think at a point you put yourself on an island.
Who's in charge? This is what I always ask about all this stuff. Who's in charge? And who's accountable for it? That if you've got an outlier player personality, and I can tell you that the stars on that team, the Myles Garretts of the world,
love him.
Yeah, love him. That tells me everything. Y'all can miss me with the rest of it. When Myles Garrett, the best of it, maybe the NFL player of the year this year.
Yeah, Myles Garrett's on an island too.
Right, but that's again,
he's a loner. He don't talk to nobody.
Need more of that.
He's got Myles Garrett's got people he plays with, other starters that he doesn't know.
Right.
That's not a joke.
No, but do you need
he doesn't know their names.
He
shows up, does his job very specifically, and leaves.
You and I
he's on an island himself.
Conversations about the greatness within team sports and the greatness of individuals within those team sports. And I think they're absolutely connected. That if you tell me Myles Garrett would be a top flight UFC fighter, period.
He'd be top anything he does.
Right. Bud Crawford. He chose the sport. He would be top flight. Why? In those spaces, he would affect the environment around him in a positive way, simply in how he worked and processed. Right? Accountability. You being in the room changes the room. You could be there for you. But your work for you will change how everybody else works.
No, I don't see. I'll challenge you there. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that a guy like Brock Purdy makes everybody around him better. Like he expects them to match his work ethic, but he does it in a way that seems like he cares about everybody. I'm not trashing Myles because I know Myles a little bit.
Yeah,
Myles. I don't know that Myles Garrett makes everyone else better around him. I think he makes everyone else strive to be like him, but I don't know that he's pulling people in and wrapping his wings around people and expecting people to get better.
So
I'm not saying he's a bad guy. He's a great guy.
Not at all. But
he's just very to himself, and he's got all these plans and goals in his head, and he's going to go do that. And the way that his brain works, if I do my job to the best of my abilities, then I'm doing well for my team. I'm not expecting him to be, but as good as he is he the defensive leader of his team? No,
yeah,
he doesn't lead that team. He's doing his own thing. Like, he leads them in terms of his production. He's absolutely the best defensive player in the NFL, but let alone his team. But I don't see his team rallying around him in between plays. Like, he's not pulling the best out of them. He's just going and just smoking dudes and then going about his business.
Isn't that an NFL standard though?
And yes, for sure.
Like, I mean, we're talking about pros. We're talking about being paid.
But we're also talking about the difference in players.
Right. So
those are very different mentalities.
If a Myles Garrett, and Nebraska hasn't had a Myles Garrett type player in a long time at that position, right? If one becomes available with all of those same personality traits, is that somebody that Nebraska should want in the program as a leader? Bach, if Myles Garrett Jr. is available and wants to come play defensive end for Nebraska next year, what say you?
Well, yeah, you take him. I don't know if you necessarily put him as your leader, but yeah, you put him on the team.
You have a bunch of really nice guys on this Husker football team.
But you're going to get a guy out of Western Nebraska playing middle linebacker that's willing to work. He's not going to do the numbers of anybody else, but he can lead a team. I think that's the difference. And that's what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I believe like from the quarterbacks that aren't the $1 million quarterbacks.
I need a bunch of people, and I mean a bunch of people who will help this program beat Iowa and Ohio State. Mm-hmm. And whoever those people are, knowing what budget we have, and we can minimize the budget and say, okay, we're going to work for 20 million shared revenue versus, right? Or we can say 25. But if you tell me that you're going to spend $3.5 million at your quarterback position, I would then ask, well, is there better usage of finding $7.5 guys to add to everything else you currently have?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Would that make more sense?
In my opinion, yes. I think it would.
Yeah. So
because then you're going to end up with a bunch of guys with these superstar mentalities, which we just talked about.
Okay, so we're gonna make. Here's what we're gonna go to break. We're gonna come back. We're gonna make Anthony the GM for Nebraska football.
Oh no, you don't want to do that.
Oh, yes, we are. Yes, we are. Let's do it. Anthony Smith, GM, Nebraska football. How does he? What is? I need 5 things, sir. 5 things that must be done in the offseason. Good with that?
I can do that.
There we go. Lionheart Live. More. We'll be right back.
Guess what you could be getting as a gift this year?
Another year of free oil changes?
Nope. I'll give you a clue. Onk, onk.
I don't know. 6 geese a laying?
No.
Vacuum cleaner?
Better. This has 4-wheel drive.
The Nebraska Lottery's Yuletide Ride promotion is back?
Yep. Until January 20th, I just enter non-winning Merry Money holiday scratch tickets online, and we could win an SUV.
We?
Sorry, you.
Merry Money top prize odds vary by game.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals just like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is your year to win way more than bragging rights. At Warhorse Casino, your love of the game could earn you serious cash. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with cash prizes all season long, like up to $1,000 weekly, with your chance at $1 million, all while earning tier points and comp points every time you place a sports bet. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
When equipment breaks down and operations come to a halt, every single second counts. So why is your maintenance team spending 60% of their time doing anything but turning wrenches? MaintainX is the AI-powered maintenance and asset management system that helps your team get back to actually fixing breakdowns. No more searching for manuals. No more hunting down parts. No more drowning in paperwork. With MaintainX, your team can access manuals from anywhere, create new procedures in minutes, and turn voice notes into clear and complete work order feedback. What used to take hours now only takes minutes. Keep your operations moving, not your paperwork. Join over 11,000 maintenance teams that are already fixing more and filing less. Try MaintainX for free today. Go to maintainx.com/AI. That's maintain and the letter x.com/AI.
This holiday season, bring home a tradition that tastes like celebration. Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake, baked in the heart of Nebraska with rich, golden batter, real cherries, pineapple, crunchy nuts, and a splash of old-fashioned goodness. It's moist, flavorful, and crafted the same way for generations. It's the fruitcake that turns skeptics into believers. Find Beatrice Bakery fruitcake online at grandmasbakeshop.com or at your favorite retailer, and make your holidays deliciously unforgettable with the help of Beatrice Bakery's world-famous fruitcake.
Golfing in 72 degrees and perfect conditions in Nebraska doesn't seem possible in December, but it is. Double Eagle Golf is your escape from the bone-chilling cold outside and a reason to keep the clubs out year-round. Book your holiday parties at Double Eagle Golf and make plans to join them for a New Year's Eve party. Gift cards make a great stocking stuffer for Christmas, and don't forget to look ahead to 2026 as spring leagues begin in February. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Online at doubleeagle.golf.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and mild with an afternoon high near 53. Tonight, a chance of showers and breezy, a low around 38. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. It'll be windy and colder, with a high around 40. I'm meteorologist Kyle Hunter for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has zero hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Happy holidays, Nebraska. The Christmas event of the year is coming to the Lead Center. A Christmas Story, the musical, with all your favorite funny gags. The Fragile leg lamp, the Red Ryder BB gun, the ridiculous pink bunny suit, and more. All the fun of the movie, now with singing and dancing as seen on Broadway, with music by Pasek and Paul, the writers of The Greatest Showman. We triple dog dare you to get your tickets today. Leadcenter.org.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Here at Midwest Bank, we want to thank all the generous donors who helped us make our 2025 turkey dinner for schools a success. Thanks to the generosity, we raised enough money to provide 191 families across 6 different schools in Lincoln with a full Thanksgiving meal. With your support, we've made Thanksgiving Day for these families a little brighter. We want to wish everyone a healthy and happy Thanksgiving. Your community, your bank, Midwest Bank, member FDIC.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Time to go back into the Lion's Den. This is Lionheart Live with your host, Anthony Smith.
Welcome back. Lionheart Live on a gorgeous Wednesday, I tell you. Gorgeous. Lionheart, how is it in Omaha? It looks fantastic.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Yeah, dude. Even yesterday was beautiful too. I pulled all the stuff out of the garage, got all my toys out of the way, and I power washed the garage floor, got all picked up. I'm feeling like a new man. You know, it's weird when you just get your garage clean.
Did the neighborhood gangster cat show up?
No, but there's this black and white one that that's been popping up around, and he had a limp today, so I don't know what's going on with him.
Oh, got a power struggle in the neighborhood.
I'm saying they are here beefing, they squabbling.
Yeah, it's squabbling. The cats are squabbling in the neighborhood.
The cats are, and guess what else, DP? Bach got me hooked up on this text line.
You see him, right?
I see him. We out here. I see you folks now.
Who do you want to address, kind sir, from the text line?
You know, I really haven't been paying that close attention because I've been focused on you.
Give the keys. He won't drive
car. Let's see here. And some people don't even put their name; they just put their phone number. You don't want me putting their phone numbers out there.
we give them the last 4 digits so they know we're talking to them.
Yeah,
so 3141 leads the table.
Cupsker said Myles Garrett also benefits from the Browns finishing last every season and having a weak schedule every year. Listen.
Yes. They know their own. They know their own.
You know, that is coming from a Steelers fan, though.
Yeah, true fact.
Myles Garrett, what a monster, though.
Yeah, we'd all like to have one or two.
Yeah, if we could have 3 or 4, that'd be great.
Bookends would be wonderful. Look at Eric. Don't back out. Don't back down now, Eric.
Oh, no. I got your phone number now. I got your phone number now, Eric. We do this reverse search. Take me 15 minutes to get your address. I'm just kidding. I'm just messing with you.
We're gonna have the new ticket text service, and we'll send, just to let you know before you text in any nonsense. We can send Anthony Lionheart Smith to your door in 15 minutes.
Oh, that's great. No, it's cool. I feel it feels way better actually because I feel like I'm connected with the people now.
Yeah, you're in the club. All right, GM Anthony Lionheart Smith.
Yes.
Kind sir, what are the things of priority for Nebraska football that you would like to address?
Okay, so a couple of these I think are going to be very vague, but I think you all will understand what I'm saying. And I think it really comes down to I think the one thing that the fans are missing and that us as a state are missing, I think we're like I don't know, sometimes I feel, and this is not me poking at you guys, this is me too, I feel like a slighted X a little bit. Sure. And I think we need to, number one, I think we got to figure out a way to change the culture so that the fans trust us. I think that's really what it comes down to. I don't feel like as a community, Husker fans are trusting the decisions that maybe some of the executives are making at the top. And you know, I mean that, and we're trying, but we all knew deep down in our soul Scott Frost was a bad deal. We all knew, but you and I knew. Mm-hmm. And you and I are looking at each other like, well, then, man, this could be really good. We got one of our own in there, and he really cares about we're trying to figure out reasons why this will work. But we knew deep down that wasn't going to work. So it didn't feel like it was going to work. But we're swinging for the fences, and we got to kind of stop that a little bit. So I think it starts with a little more transparency. And I know that that's not a thing that's happening in sports right now. But I think if you want to turn it around, it really starts. You can't turn anything around without the support and the trust of the fans, because that's really where all this money comes from. So I think it starts there, and I don't exactly know how that happens, but I do think that the transparency helps. I've always found in my own personal life, if I'm just honest with the fans, they'll usually ride with me, even if we're not getting the desired results. And that's very personal. If I'm not getting the desired results that all of my fans want and the betters and all that stuff, they'll usually stick with me if I can just be honest and say, listen, guys, I'm trying, but I'm dealing with some other stuff here, whether it's injury or personal stuff, or I'm aging and I'm trying to change my game or whatever it is. If I'm just honest, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, okay. All right. Well, at least we see what's happening here. Like we're inside the fold a little bit. So I think it starts with that. I think second really comes down to we're not going to be able to recruit the superstars. We're just not right now. We have to build our program to a place that's sexy to come to. And you do that off the backs of hardworking, anonymous players that nobody knows. And I think that that's kind of the point you were getting at earlier, DP, that we don't need $3 million quarterbacks. We need $750,000 quarterbacks that need a shot, that could go anywhere and start on any Division II team that they want and win a Division II national title, but they want to play D1. They have dreams of going to the league. Like your Tom Brady's that got a shot only because someone got hurt and then just never gave it back. I think we need those type of playmakers, like the hardworking, productive guys. And I think we need to get as many of those as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And let's leave the $3 million quarterback to Georgia. Like, to your Georgias, your LSUs, your Oregons, you guys can have him. Give me a $500,000 or $600,000 quarterback that's willing to commit, to be developed. I'm cool with sucking for 2 more years if that's what you're going to give me. I'm okay with it. If we have a couple 7-5, 8-4 seasons, whatever. We're making bowl games, but we're still just outside of the rankings a little bit. Maybe we jump in 22, 23, but you can see the progression. You can see that man getting better, or that young man growing into a veteran, and get those in every single position. I think that's how we build it. And then you have 4 or 5 seasons like that, where you're continuing to get better and you start creeping into the top 15, you creep into the top 10 here and there. Then you start attracting these superstar players. Like those, look at that team. Look where they were 4 years ago. And then you start progressively getting better. Like, I hate I've said this 1,000 times on here. I hate the home run mindset. Let's get the $3 million quarterback. He's going to fix everything. He's one man. I don't care how good he is. If we're not committed to the rest of the program or the rest of the team or the rest of the positions, it's just not going to work. And I'm not saying that's what we did. I don't know that we put all of our eggs in Dylan Raiola's basket, but we were pretty close. The basket was pretty full.
You are not wrong.
Yeah,
you are not wrong. Okay,
close.
GM, we're going to pause here, and then we're going to come back. And I want the rest of the list because I think we're on to something here. And we're actually going to lay this thing out. So you got us moving now.
Okay.
Lionheart will get us. He'll get us right. So don't go anywhere. More Lionheart Live. Bach, DP. We'll be right back.
A lot of businesses say they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business wants anything but your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, just as they do their customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and a diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mostly sunny skies. It'll be breezy and mild with an afternoon high near 53. Tonight, a chance of showers and breezy, a low around 38. And tomorrow, we'll see mainly sunny skies return. It'll be windy and colder with a high around 40. I'm meteorologist Kyle Hunter for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduced High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Happy holidays, Nebraska! The Christmas event of the year is coming to the Lead Center. A Christmas Story, the musical, with all your favorite funny gags. The Fragile leg lamp, the Red Ryder BB gun, the ridiculous pink bunny suit, and more. All the fun of the movie, now with singing and dancing as seen on Broadway, with music by Pasek and Paul, the writers of The Greatest Showman. We triple dog dare you to get your tickets today. Leadcenter.org.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
When we're building homes for people, we're really trying to advise on the things that are going to create value so that when they go to sell it, they're going to have equity so that they can go build their second home.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, the year has been a great year for Aspen Builders. We have had many repeat customers. We've been very blessed with great office staff, with great employees, and great subcontractors. We worked with a lot of new people building their dream home. We've built some great relationships. A lot of those relationships will continue. We'll be building them another new home down the road. So I'd like to take this time to wish all of our past customers and our future customers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
This holiday season, give the gift of good taste with a gift card from Valentino's. During double discount days, double your discount from $5 to $10 free with a $50 gift card purchase. Valentino's handcrafted pizza has been a family favorite for generations, and our gift cards make the perfect holiday gift. And right now, during gift card double discount days, when you buy $50 in gift cards, get a $10 gift card free. Happy holidays from Valentino's.
Time to go back into the Lion's Den. This is Lionheart Live. with your host, Anthony Smith.
He is, in fact, Anthony Lionheart Smith. From the YouTube stream, Blitzkrieg says, that take is why I love Lionheart. He also goes on to say, if Lionheart ever fights again, ask him if I can be in his corner like Paulie from Rocky.
Absolutely.
Just let him rage.
It's him and DP.
Come on, Rock! Come on, Lionheart!
Hey, from the text line, Brian T said, let's get a Ferrari, a $5 car alarm, and super discount insurance. That's exactly the point that I'm making.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter how sexy it is if you can't protect it.
Hey, nice house, nice neighborhood. You invited everybody in because you didn't put locks on the door.
Right. And that's, and I think there was one other one. Where is it? Let's see here. I was talking about the home run mentality, and I wanted to clarify that when we were talking about when I talk about the home run mentality, I'm not necessarily talking about swinging for the fences to get the big player. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying I think sometimes some programs want to get that $3 million quarterback that we keep talking about, and that is them swinging for the fences once they have him. But you need more than that. Can can that quarterback do some really big things here and there just because they're special? For sure. Consistently? No. The reason it works we keep talking about Alabama, your LSU's back in the day, Ohio State right now, Indiana. The reason those superstar $3 million players work, because they have, the way that Brian T talks about it, they have the car insurance and the alarm around it to support it and protect it. I think that's the difference. And that's why I'm saying we need a bunch of really hardworking, great quality, maybe not as popular players that are willing to put the work in, willing to develop and grow together. And it doesn't hurt that they wouldn't draw as much attention from the portal. And I know that sounds crazy, but
let me point out to you, we got, and here's a really good thing that I think we can also a rabbit hole we can go down. But there are programs and fan bases that love winning the off season. They like sexy. They like the new shiny thing, because the new shiny thing draws attention and it allows you to collect more checks. So signing a 5-star means that all the big check writers then get on board and open their wallets. The consistent glue guy doesn't always open the wallets. They don't always draw checks. And it doesn't help the fan base get excited in December, in January, in February by pulling in a 2-star who may be the team's glue guy and the next hard worker. The fan base doesn't get excited. We have to change the way we talk about it. We have to change the way they think about it.
For sure.
Is that right?
You know what else gets us excited? Winning.
Well, but here's the thing.
Winning gets me excited.
If you
find whoever you got to find to do it, and do it as cheap as possible so we get a bunch of them.
Right. Like I think there's a bunch of people who would be loyal to Nebraska, who would love Nebraska and be satisfied with Nebraska and want to be here and will help you win without it being the show, right? Without it being, it makes the stream on ESPN, right? It makes the byline on ESPN.
That's not who we are.
Right. Like that.
That's not who we are. We're never going to be that. There's no beaches. The weather sucks half the time. Like I love it. Don't get me wrong. I love it here. If I didn't love it here, I'd have left a long time ago. I love it here. But it's hard to draw in players from California and Texas because we're not there yet. And regionally, we're not a fun place to be.
All of that is true. All of that. And here's the other side, Lionheart.
But on the other side of it, you ever been around the campus at LSU?
Yeah.
And again, I'm not being a hater. That ain't the coolest place to be either.
Outside of campus is not.
But they have the other part.
Right.
They have the culture and the legendary status as a power program. So even when they're not, like currently, there's the expectation that they're about to be.
Well, it so much of quality real estate and great business is location. But the idea of what the location is a controllable. That's a thing that the messages you put out. And I get that, going on national podcasts certainly has value. But if you don't take care of home, it don't matter what you do anywhere else. Like, it just doesn't matter. And this program has to be dominant in the state of Nebraska. I'll repeat that, and I'll say it louder for the people in the back. This program has to be dominant at home before it matters anywhere else.
That's fact.
It makes my head hurt. All right. We're going to go to hour 2. We're going to get back to GM Lionheart. We're going to let him break it down for us. Keep us moving, Lionheart. Second hour, Lionheart Live, coming up here on the ticket.
Sometimes good people make mistakes. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, call Liberty Law Group. The attorneys at Liberty Law Group will defend you in court and protect your freedom to get you the best possible outcome and the justice you deserve. Trust your freedom to Liberty Law Group, the best criminal attorneys in Nebraska and Iowa. Call them today at 877-404-5238. That's 877-404-5238. Or check them out online at libertylawgroup.com.
At Koppel, during the holidays, we take time to cherish our terrific staff, community, and loyal customers that continue to drive that money-saving mile to Louisville, Nebraska. Hi, this is Sean Callahan. I can proudly say I bought my car at Koppel. If you are in the area, I invite you to stop by Koppel Chevrolet GMC's offices in Louisville or check them out online at koppelcars.com. On behalf of Koppel Chevrolet GMC, Merry Christmas and safe travels to all.
Big value and big flavor meet at Wings and Rings thanks to the all-new delicious Duo Combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get one half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Happy holidays, Nebraska! The Christmas event of the year is coming to the Lead Center. A Christmas Story, the musical, with all your favorite funny gags. The Fragile leg lamp, the Red Ryder BB gun, the ridiculous pink bunny suit, and more. All the fun of the movie, now with singing and dancing as seen on Broadway, with music by Pasek and Paul, the writers of The Greatest Showman. We triple dog dare you to get your tickets today. Leadcenter.org.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
When we're building homes for people, we're really trying to advise on the things that are going to create value so that when they go to sell it, they're going to have equity so that they can go build their second home.
Bob Benish is the founder and president of Aspen Builders, online at aspenbuildersinc.com.
You know, the year has been a great year for Aspen Builders. We have had many repeat customers. We've been very blessed with great office staff, with great employees, and great subcontractors. We worked with a lot of new people building their dream home. We've built some great relationships. A lot of those relationships will continue. We'll be building them another new home down the road. So I'd like to take this time to wish all of our past customers and our future customers a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Make your dream a reality and call Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at aspenbuildersinc.com. Your dream home is waiting at Aspen Builders.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Step into the octagon if you dare. This is Lionheart Live with former UFC light heavyweight Anthony Lionheart Smith on 93.7 The Ticket. Lionheart Live is sponsored by Canopy Street Market, located at the corner of South Canopy and M Streets in the Haymarket. Here is your host, Anthony Lionheart Smith.
Hour number 2, 12:04 in the city. Before we get back to General Manager Anthony Lionheart Smith. Bach, kind sir, set the table, kind sir, please, for hour number 2.
Yeah, it's the noon hour, and that means it's lunchtime. Lunchtime here at The Ticket is sponsored by our friends at Mulberry Barbecue, now with 2 locations, at 11th and Cornhusker and at 61st and Apples Way, right off of Highway 2 by Lowe's. Both locations are open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8 p.m. Tried their burnt-in sandwich, a brisket burrito, barbecue nachos, a full slab of ribs, They have smoked chicken and much, much more, plus incredible sides. Get fueled for lunch today or make dinner plans at Mulberry Barbecue, located 11th in Cornhusker and at 61st and Apples Way, just off of Highway 2 by Lowe's.
Thank you, kind sir. And we appreciate Mulberry for the Anthony Lionheart Smith hookup.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They covered you, boy. Lionheart, to reset the program, right? So the announcement that Anthony Lionheart Smith is the new GM for Nebraska football. And then you're at the podium giving a State of the Union, and you're breaking it down on what changes are coming, the things, the added value, the things that you think are of focus and will take us. Question one from the gallery, kind sir, is this a 1-year plan to win next year? Is this 2-year plan? What's the duration? How quickly?
CDP, that's the question. I think everything that, not just us, what a lot of programs are doing, it's always this like quick turn. The quick turn is so hard to do. You got to have we're talking 5-year plans here.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is you don't know if everyone's going to be around for 5 years.
That part.
Yeah, that's not just players. My question, okay, if me and you, we're getting ready to give this State of the Union address to the people of Nebraska.
Yes, sir.
Do we have the coaches to do it, that are willing to dig deep and look past all the superstars and the sexy $3 million quarterbacks and receivers? Do we have the people you think that can do that?
So that would require more questions. Each great question leads to more questions.
I don't want more questions. I want answers.
Well, here's there's not always an answer to the question. You're trying to get to the right question. And that identity is required. Identity of program, identity of team, identity of mission, right? So are we in the 1 year, do we have to win this year?
No.
Because that changes the way coaches coach. Because if I have to win this,
it shouldn't though.
Well, it should. But
your plan should always be the next 5 years. And then once you get through the first 5 years, you should be in a pretty good spot. And then you let that continue, and we're still looking 5 years ahead.
Let me ask
That's
you,
how it should work.
As a fighter, you plotted out your year. You plotted out your next 2 or 3.
Not from the beginning.
Right? But if somebody says, Anthony, you're back in play. We need you in the pool. The UFC needs you. It needs you. It does. But it needs you. And we need you for a year. I would imagine your first question would be, well, what does that year look like? How does it end? Like, what's the end? Like,
no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't. I would immediately, if it's just a year, then it's a year. Fine. I don't really care what happens in that year. What I need to do is I think so small. Like I don't need to say, okay, how many times am I going to fight? Okay, I'm going to fight 3 or 4 times. I would never do that, but I would say I'm going to fight 3 times. I'm not going to be like, okay, I got to win all 3. Now I need to start building myself back into shape so I can build all 3, because you know what that's going to make me do? Swing for the fences. I'm gonna have to get I gotta get stronger so I can hit harder. I gotta start chasing big ass submissions and figuring that stuff out. I don't need to do any of that stuff. I need to get in shape and break down to the basics.
There you have it.
And be fundamentally sound.
I
need to focus on doing that part right now. Because I'm not there yet. I'm not a year from now.
That's Lionheart. I'm just telling you, that's how this thing gets turned around. Right there in what you just said. First thing out the gate, we have to get in better shape. We have to get better fundamentally at the foundation. We have to sharp focus and doing the basic things first as best as we possibly can, as fast as we possibly can. That's it. And that's the top level of coaching, that at any level, over any duration.
I've had this conversation time and time again with all, because I help coach the youth program that my daughter wrestles at, right? You know, all these I go to these wrestling tournaments and I just get so annoyed. I don't even want to be around these people because they're having these kids. These are youth programs, and they're running twisters and they're scrambling and they're doing all this crazy stuff. And it happened last night. Was at practice, and I'm not going to say his name, but it's a friend, right? And his son is wrestling. He's constantly saying, "Hey man, I'd really love for you to work with him. Can we do some private lessons? Can we do this?" And I was like, yeah. We just got to figure the time out, right? He's like, I just don't know why. You know, there for a long time he was beating some of the best kids in the country, and now he's struggling with the high level kids, and he's not there right now. And then I watched him last night with Adley, and I stopped him. I said, "Stop! Don't move! Right there!" And I pointed it out to him. That's why he's not winning, because he's not fundamentally sound. He can do the high flying, fancy, look really cool stuff on the mat. But when someone stops that stuff, what does it come down to, DP? Fundamentals and basics.
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't have it. He's not sharp there because before he was with us, he didn't have a team that was pushing the fundamentals and the basics. So he said, oh yeah, he's got to get back to the basics. He can't because he hasn't been working it. I push that over and over and over. If you look at AJ Ferrari, our friend AJ.
Yep.
What does he do that's fancy? Does AJ's wrestling game match his social media presence? No. He's popular because of what he's like off the mat. On the mat, he doesn't do anything He doesn't do anything special. Neither does his brother. Watch his brother wrestle at Iowa. He's fundamentally sound on his feet. He's defensively sound. He stays in his stance at all times. He's patient. He hand fights well. He's always in good position, and he counter wrestles. They don't do anything fancy. That's exactly how AJ wrestles. Why can't we make our football team the same way? We don't need 80-yard shots every first down, every second down. And I know I'm not one of these old school guys that are like, gotta run the ball. Of course we have to run the ball. I get that. You have to establish the running game. But we just need to break down and be fundamentally sound and just move the ball consistently. I don't care about the big shots. Every once in a while you got to take one. I get it. We don't need to be fancy. We don't need to be high flyers. It's like we don't need to be lucha libre wrestlers. You know what I mean? We just need to be consistent and basic. That's it. And I know it sounds like I'm making it sound really easy. I'm not saying I'm going to go there and show up at practice and do it. I'm not. That's for you guys to figure out. But that conceptually, that's the basis of any professional sport.
Well, people miss that in order to, and at the very core level, run the dang ball requires that you're able to block and be dominant and consistent in doing so.
Huh?
Like it run the dang ball. Yeah, but we got cotton candy up front, bro. We're not we got Jello up front. We don't have bricks. We don't have blocks, the 5 blocks of granite. We don't have the hogs. We don't have the pipeline. That's not what it is. You forget the foundation of Nebraska football were big guys who were in better shape than their opponents, who was going to outwork, outlast, out-hustle every opponent they ever lined up against. Over the course,
but you need it all. You can be big and strong and fast with no work ethic and no grit and get pushed around. Or you could be a little smaller, maybe not quite as strong, not quite as fast, have an incredible work ethic, dog tough and crazy amount of grit, like Jason Kelsey.
Well,
and make it work. We can make it work.
Shorter than every other lineman group in the country. Like that's how they were finding people who were just tougher than they just weren't 6'4". They didn't have to be.
I'd rather they weren't. That's how you get under people.
Okay, so Lionheart, Bach has been waiting.
What does he want to say?
Made his list. All right. So you ready to for Bach's take on this as general manager Bach? Okay. Assistant manager Jake Bachhoven.
He about to talk trash, isn't he?
Bach?
Go ahead, Bach.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's a lot that like you guys are talking about needs to be broken down here. And to that point, that's why I always go back to Nebraska had the blueprint. Nebraska formed the blueprint for how to win in the Midwest, and had a 7-7 season, 9-3 season, and have deleted that from their history and since tried to chase offensive wizards and all that sort of stuff. Nebraska needs to get tough, and it's a tough spot to start from, right? Like right now, because where were the weaknesses, specifically on the front lines? Nebraska, and that's not. You could see that, like they're fourth and short, their third and short packages were the least successful all year. Of any part of the team. You need to kind of get that going. They definitely need coaches on the same page. I don't know if the coaching staffs have been on the same page. Maybe, again, going back to probably the Pelini staffs. So, that needs to happen. If you're talking about, I think the 1 year versus the 5-year build thing is kind of an interesting thing too, because you're rebuilding your team every year. You kind of at least reshuffling, right? And coaches across college football are talking about that. You've got a lot of difficult games in front of you next year. But sometimes, so it can be kind of a year-to-year thing. But again, you need to have that foundation set because there's a lot of different faces that have been putting on Georgia uniforms over the last 10 years. But they look about the same. Sometimes you have a little bit better running back. Sometimes you have more flashy wide receivers. But for the most part, you're going to get the same thing. Iowa's beat you 10 of the last 11 years. Same type of deal. You have different faces moving in and out of there. But it's the program identity needs to be set. So that's where I'd always go back to again. And Nebraska's going to have to do it if they want to do it. I hate this. Scott Frost came in and said, Big Ten's not going to adjust Big Ten's going to have to adjust to us. We're not adjusting to the Big Ten. Matt Rule's kind of getting into this point. It was the big year 3. So I think part of it too is, hey, Scott Frost, it was year 2. Matt Rule, it's year 3. And they fully, leaned into that. And then when it doesn't happen, then what's the belief system behind it? So, I don't think you go out there and have all these big promises either. You say, what we're going to do? We're going to work harder. Again, to what you're saying. And then the other thing that kind of sticks out to me is Indiana and what they've gone about doing is you got obviously, talent evaluation, developing these guys, that's all going to factor into it. But it's just that type of mindset. Kurt Signetti, basically said he needs guys that love football, that are going to do it because they love football, not anything else that's kind of out there. And at Nebraska too, there's been these times of like, okay, well, we can't quite get the top recruits, so we'll take this guy. He's got a little bit of problems, or and so you've got a few of those guys on the roster. Maybe the best way for a team to have fun is to win. But the other part is at least a united front moving forward. And so whether that be on the coaching staff or the type of player that you're bringing in, again, to your point earlier, Anthony, it might not be the guy that loves and dedicates his life to football and is all about getting better. He might not have all the measurables. But if you can have that same mentality across the board, that would be incredible. Another thing that I would think about, guys back when they had freshman teams and under Tom Osborne, you talk about developing the bottom of the roster. Well, it was built in. You had freshman teams. They had to go play their own games. And I don't think that ever necessarily left Tom Osborne's philosophy, even when you took the freshman teams off there, right? You'd have work on those guys. You need to get to a point to where you believe in those bottom 30, 40 guys on the roster. Not that they'll be your top picks, but you have to believe you can win those games with them. So I don't know, maybe, you got unlimited coaching staffs. Hire 2 or 3 guys that are specifically about developing those that group, not just for scout team, not to look like the other team and give a nice, but to actually develop them into your program moving forward. So, a lot of ideas that kind of been thought in there, borrow from Kenny Wilhite too. He kind of says as a recruiting coordinator, when you're recruiting, whether it's out of the portal or from in the high school ranks, you better be bringing in guys that are better than your team now. That's your job is to improve on what your current roster is. You got very few of the 105 should be projects. There is always those outliers that are incredibly talented, and you hope that you can kind of get them to that spot. But so those are a lot of the kind of thoughts that I would go back to is get back to the blueprint of what made Nebraska football to begin with. And then from there specifically, and that's all kind of like 5-year things for this upcoming next year. I mean, I think you've got to get a veteran quarterback. You got to get a space eating lineman or two on the defensive front. You got to get an offensive tackle. They're probably going to want a veteran running back as well. And then, I think some linebackers will probably be in there. So, I don't know. That's a lot kind of thrown at once, but I was kind of thinking the difference between the 5-year plan and the 1-year plan. They can be, I mean, you hopefully are planning on winning next year and 5 years from now. So you kind of got to be doing both along that way. And that's, to my point, the biggest problem with Nebraska is they're just whatever happens to be their new thing, whether it's Dylan Raiola or Dana Holgerson. And I mean, they get a complete switch from coming into year one. Matt Rule's running a fullback in the spring game. They're leading the Big Ten rushing, mostly by quarterback, but still leading the Big Ten or second in the Big Ten rushing in the year one. They get Dylan Raiola, and okay, let's completely change everything and go this way because he's going to be the savior of the program. I think right now, at this point, we know there is no singular savior of the program.
Lionheart, what say you?
Buck is dropping absolute fire. I think we need to cut that, clip that, put a bow on it, put it on a flyer, and drop it. Just drop a whole bomb full of them all over the university, because that was fire. No, he did a better job maybe than I did of kind of explaining, but I agree with everything that he said. I do agree. I think the one difference I think that Bach and I have is the 1 year versus the 5-year plan. I don't really care about the 1 year plan. All right. You're right. Like as a fan, you have to win. I think maybe I have to probably agree with Bach there. I think he probably turned me there a little bit. Just as a fan, like we got to throw them we got to throw them a bone. Like we got to give them something along the way. I'm not really like, if I'm bringing a guy up, I don't really care what happens right now. Like I'm looking forward, but I'm patient. Fan bases aren't necessarily patient. They need something now. I think you made a really good point about a veteran quarterback, like maybe not a superstar, but a veteran that can run. I don't know. They can run a program, or they can run an offense that can maybe put that on his shoulders and make some plays when he's needed to, but pretty consistent. You know what you're getting, but we're also very aware he's not going to be here very long. So then we can develop whoever's behind him. I think that would be good for whoever QB2 is, to sit behind a veteran and someone who understands the game at a higher level. I think that's actually a really good idea.
I think a big part of all of this in trying to get to the answers is to get to the right question.
Wait. I have another question.
Go ahead.
Because we're talking like Ryle is gone. And he's not.
No.
The best NIL deal he made, especially coming off of an injury, not with everyone very unsure of what he's going to look like when he comes back. We suspect he's going to be fine and that he'll come back right where he left off. Are you willing to bet $3 million on that, though?
Yeah, and
if you're another program,
the value of it matters now. Like you're having a different discussion now,
right?
Because
so what if he stays?
That you are just an option. That you are an option.
And that's what I mean. What if he stays? Because now we know he's willing to leave.
Well, but to me, it's a one-way out door. It's an exit-only door for me. If you go to the door, we say don't pull a gun unless you're going to use it. The moment you tell me that we are not that we're the choice, the moment you tell me that there are options,
right?
You're not my guy.
You're not my guy. But
you cannot lead me.
That's me and you, though.
Yeah.
If he goes in the portal, he could choose to stay because we might be the best deal he can get right now. So then what?
If
that changes everything we're talking about because now we're just going to keep doing the same thing.
If your wife called you right now and said, Anthony, I'm going in the portal.
I'm going in the husband portal.
Yeah, I may come back. Like I might come back. So don't get rid of my stuff. And leave the door. But my thing is, I'm pretty sure that her key wouldn't work anymore.
Right. DC or DP, you're 100% right. But that's us.
Right.
And the fan and probably a large percentage of the fans. And I would love to see on the text line what people feel about that. If he goes into the portal and then he stays, what does that do for how you feel about it? Are you still going to stand behind him, or like? And this isn't me turning on him. This is a genuine, an actual question. But then how do we move forward with our program? We still have all the stuff we talked about fixing. We still have to fix. But if he stays, then we just keep doing the same thing.
Well, that's
correct?
a big problem. That's that whole 1 foot out the door mentality is part of it. Because if that's who you are, if you have that in your heart and in your blood, there's that shows up in workouts, that shows up in film study, that shows up in leadership, shows up in the decisions you make, because that means that your entire focus is not about us.
So you and I were talking the other day, and I'm pulling it up right now. I'm going to go ahead and I won't divulge all of our text messages. But we were talking about Dylan Raiola's commitment issues.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep.
And it made me uncomfortable because I never really paid attention. And honestly, I don't know that I cared. I just didn't look into it that deep. You kind of look at his tape, you look at what he's capable of, and because I don't really dig too deep into what people did in high school. I look at their tape, the highlights, and all that stuff. But from 2021 on, he's been at a different school every year. He played high school at 4 different places. He never went to the same high school 2 years in a row.
People are who they are.
People are who they are. He went to high school in Texas. Then the next year he went to Arizona. Then he committed to Ohio State. Then he decommitted to Ohio State. Then he went to Arizona again at a different school. Then he went to Georgia after he committed. He went to a high school in Georgia after committing to Georgia, and then decommitted to Georgia, and then came to Nebraska.
I'm just gonna put we'll put a pin there.
I'm not trying to turn anybody against him.
Nope,
just saying.
Fact.
When someone shows you who they are, sometimes you have to believe them.
Sometimes you have to believe. We'll go to break. We'll come back. A couple things. Folks have mentioned Emmett Johnson going in the portal, throwing his hat in the portal and coming back. Here's the thing about that. Follow the thread. If the problem is that the people who are in charge have difficulty identifying that Emmett Johnson should be the guy, that's why so many transfer portal issues will exist and will continue to exist. You have to fix the problem and stop dealing with the symptoms. That dude went into transfer. Why was that even a thing? Who allowed that to happen? Whatever agreement that you ended up with Emmett Johnson, wouldn't it make sense to have that thing in place and move on so you could have put your focus elsewhere? And for your players not to know, man, they don't even respect Emmett. And we know Emmett's a dude. But we'll get to that when we come back to Lionheart Live.
A business's phone is the lifeline to its customers and potential clients. That's why it's so important that you can take calls seamlessly from anywhere, whether you're on the road or in the office. Hamilton Business Technologies can help ensure your phone rings wherever you are. We can equip your headquarters and any of its locations with the right tools for smooth, professional call handling. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we know how to keep Nebraska businesses connected. Learn more at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Your Christmas list changes a lot as you get older. Dreams of video games, remote-controlled cars, and baseball gloves turn into dreams of shoes. Practical things. Brown's Shoe Fit is the king of shoes in Lincoln, with brands like Sorel, UGG, Brooks, Hoka, and more to make you fashionable and comfortable. Grab a new Ridge wallet or buy 3 get 1 free on smart wool socks for the ultimate stocking stuffer. And don't forget a reliable gift card for that hard-to-buy-for person in your life. Brown's Shoe Fit at 66th and Q in Lincoln.
If you or anyone you care about is facing a family legal matter, call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL or visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
There's a lot on the line in divorce. This is Joe Cordell of Cordell & Cordell, the largest family law firm in the country, with over 35 years of helping clients navigate divorce. But being big doesn't mean less personal or less local. Our attorneys live and work in your community, and as neighbors, they understand the challenges your families face. Divorce touches all areas of your life: your home, savings, retirement, and of course, kids. So when you find yourself facing divorce, you need a partner you can count on. Visit CordellCordell.com to schedule your consultation.
If you or anyone you care about is facing divorce, contact Cordell and Cordell today. With over 100,000 clients served, we understand the challenges you're facing on a personal level. Call Cordell and Cordell today at 1-855-GET-LEGAL. That's 1-855-GET-LEGAL. 1221 N Street, Lincoln.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and it's that time of the year again. Time for the annual Happy Honda Days at Honda of Lincoln. With me on the line, Andy Goodyear, to tell us all about it.
The exciting news is we have more selection and more savings. We have over 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from, with a great opportunity to get year-end savings on every remaining new 2025.
Do you have some Happy Honda Day specials?
Sure do, Charlie. For example, you can lease a new 2025 Accord Sport Hybrid for just $349 a month, and we have financing from just 0% APR. We've also included over 125 pre-owned of all makes and models. And as always, our certified pre-owns are in this sale as well.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut fries, and bold flavors that'll make your taste buds cheer.
Mmm.
Whether you're craving the classics or ready to try something wild, they've got the burger that gets you. HF Crave. Fresh, local, craveable. Find them at 48th and Holdridge or order online at hfcrave.com.
Time to go back into the lion's den. This is Lionheart Live with your host, Anthony Smith.
Welcome back, Lionheart Live on a Wednesday. Bach, kind sir, if you would please pay the bills. Pay the bills.
Yes, this hour is sponsored by Schweizer Construction. Schweizer Construction is a proud partner with TMCO, a longstanding Lincoln, Nebraska manufacturing company, for the upcoming holiday diaper drive taking place December 5th through the 19th. TMCO has been a staple in the community for decades, known for its commitment to innovation, quality fabrication, and support of local families. Together, we're excited to support an initiative that directly benefits those in need across our community. The Holiday Diaper Drive will collect diapers, pull-ups, and wipes of any size to support 3 family-centered nonprofit organizations: TMCO, Prep Academy, the Nebraska Diaper Bank, and Forward. Community members are encouraged to drop off donations at any of the following locations, including here at 1040 O Street, Suite 100, 93.7 The Ticket, of course. Schweizer Construction, 3700 South Street, or S Street, Suite A. Pine Lake Self-Storage, 6825 South 70th Street here in Lincoln as well. All these locations in Lincoln. White Elm Brewery is the final one, 720 Van Dorn Street.
Thank you, kind sir. From the text line, Lionheart, let me introduce you formally to Wet Blanket.
Oh, I already read it.
Well, here's the thing.
It's funny because after I said that, then I like on the break I went through and read the text line. I was like, oh, me and Wet Blanket we're on the same wavelength here.
Oh no, this is Wonder Twin powers activating to get you two thinkers on the same page. Vacuums change along the way. Yeah, here's the thing.
You should read it for the rest of the listeners, though.
This is where it was. He says, he goes, I know that I'm Wet Blanket, but the fact that Raiola played 4 seasons at 4 different high schools makes me care little about where he signs. I think it's 60-40 that he's playing somewhere different in 2025, where he signs this year. And in this space,
well, wait a second. He sent that text December 11th, 2023.
Right? And he goes, he went in earlier. He said Nebraska needs a quarterback, offensive tackle, and D line. These are 3 of the 4 highest drafted positions in the NFL. Why? Because they're hard to find. The top of this roster is not in a good place. If they can't develop the talent that is already here, we may have already seen the peak of the Rule era. And, sir, Lionheart, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's a big if. I think that we do have as long as they're on the same page, like Bach was talking about, I think that they can. If we can't, then I don't know if we've seen the peak. I do think it's going to be if we're talking about this 5-year plan, if we can't develop the ones that we have, then we need to recruit ones that we can.
Yeah.
And that takes a while, and I don't think that they make it out of that. So he might be right.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is where
I say he. I don't know if Wet Blanket is a he.
Yeah, you got it right. I think that my history as an executive, sports executive, so I've been in rooms where I had to build programs, deconstruct programs, and then rebuild them, rebrand them, redirect them, whatever the case was going to be. And often in those conversations, positions of need, generally identifying strengths, and then constant strengths, right? Because a current strength is different than a consistent strength, right? There's something that the program allows for development to happen and growth to happen. And then there is current weaknesses and program weaknesses, which are those things that consistently carry you through and cause friction, right? Some of it's circumstantial. A senior leaves, the underclassman hasn't been developed. That shows you that there's a problem in the development. If a senior leaves or somebody goes in the transfer portal and the next person has not been developed or is not as talented, those things identify. But I think in the space that if you can start to have a plan for what Lionheart football is, it becomes easier for you to identify what is needed for you to accomplish what the Lionheart mission of football is. Fair?
Yeah, fair. Kind of going back to Bach's point, he actually made I say actually, like I don't expect him to make good points. Bach made some really, really good points, but one that stood out to me is when he said Georgia football typically looks the same. That the faces on the players are different. The nameplates on the back of the jerseys are different, but the gameplay is essentially the same.
Yeah.
Ohio State looks pretty much the same. Iowa It's the same game every time we play them, but it's different players every time. We don't have that. So I think what you're like to I guess address what you're saying is, I feel like we're throwing darts at a wall right now and trying to see which one hits. And I just think we need a system. And it's probably not going to work right away because you don't have those specific players. Like Iowa has a format and they just insert the player that they like. This part of this open space in this format requires this type of a person with this skill set. And then when that guy's gone, you already have one behind him and one behind him that match that are just not quite as good yet, but will be when he leaves. And then we're just putting pieces into the puzzle. And then when it's time to recruit or you go to the portal in the offseason, like, okay, this guy, he might go, or this is his last season. So we need to make sure someone coming behind him for not this year, but the next year, and then a guy behind him for the next year after that. And we don't even have the format, it seems, to insert player X needs to go here, and then I need someone behind him, and then we go over here and put someone behind him. I don't know. It just seems brainless.
Well, it is a rudderless ship in that particular case. So if we go
to so say it fancier, fine.
Well, but if
rudderless ship.
if it's the thing that if I'm going to the Lionheart gym,
we're button smashing. That's what we're doing.
Right. If I'm going to the Lionheart dojo and I get on Wednesday, Friday for the next 2 years, I get Lionheart. Actually, I get Anthony Smith training me. And then I go back a year from now and Lionheart's the name's on it, but there's another guy training.
Right.
Well, that's Nebraska football because you haven't had the same coordinators. You haven't had the same group leaders. The merry-go-round of coaches at the University of Nebraska within the football program is pretty astounding, actually, when you look at it piece for piece. That if you're a freshman, or if you were a freshman 3 years ago, how many different coaches in your group and as coordinators have you had? Special teams coordinator changed, defensive coordinator, offensive coordinator, running back coach has been the same. Offensive line coach now, next year, you're going to have a different group. Defensive line, you'll go to your third defensive line coach in 3 years. Linebackers, defensive backs, you went from all of those things, special teams. So exactly how consistent can it be? The thing that you and Bach are asking for doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's the problem.
Like
it doesn't exist.
It doesn't. So new GM Anthony Smith is a part of your programming for the State of the Union is determining leadership and getting rock solid in it. And how do you do it?
Bach, where you at?
I need the assistant GM here.
Yeah, look, that's how this works, man. Look, he just made a power move.
I did.
We're gonna, from the top down, we have to work together and be on the same page. So I need to bring Bach in so that he can set the table.
Well, again, I think that's part of what you need is coaching continuity. Troy Daniel was kind of speaking on that the other day and appreciating, making moves when you understand there's something wrong in the room. But, that I think that could be a big part of it too, moving forward. And at least, trying to get everybody on the same page, what's best for this team, what's best for these athletes moving forward. But if you could rephrase the question a little bit again, so I can answer it better, I suppose.
At the top of this list for the State of the Union is we need, one of the things to address is leadership at the top of this thing. And in order for the young people to excel, to accomplish all the things that we put on these young people, right? That we tell the offensive line, you know what, you're going to have to play at a certain level and we'll develop you and otherwise. But you can't do those things if the leadership changes every year and it's not on the same page. There hasn't been constant verbiage, the same messaging, the same skill set, the same tendencies, and the same play calling. And you haven't had them in the program we're talking about 5 years, 7 years of a constant merry-go-round of football gypsies who have just come in and collected checks and not left the thing better than you found it. And I didn't know that was going to trigger a button for me, but I've walked into too many programs where gypsy coaches came in, collected checks, and left the thing a mess and didn't care. And then somebody has to come in and clean it up.
That's what I'm doing here.
It's time to clean It's time to clean it up. And you have to start at the top in order to get the bottom right.
I think you just answered your own question.
Boy, that was a good deal.
Yeah, I think you just answered your own question, DP.
Lionheart. All right, one final break. We'll come back. We'll let Lionheart close it out. We need Lionheart wisdom. This is where Lionheart gets to drop. This is the Lionheart's roar. The thing that you need everybody to hear. It could be positive. It could be a butt kicking. It could be setting the path for the next week until you come back. It could be fighter's mentality. It could be a life rule. Anything that you want to close with, we need Lionheart to roar. We'll get that when we come back to Lionheart Live.
Hello, this is Mary Pat Waite. I've had the privilege of working with Lincoln families as their realtor for more than 31 years, and I'm so proud to be associated with MP Dodge Real Estate. For me, your transaction is unique in its own way. My experience allows me to bring you trusted care and a really great outcome. My NP Dodge family shares the same client focus.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hi, Charlie Stone here, and it's that time of the year again. Time for the annual Happy Honda Days at Honda of Lincoln. With me on the line, Andy Goodyear, to tell us all about it.
The exciting news is we have more selection and more savings. We have over 400 new 2025 and 2026 Hondas to choose from, with a great opportunity to get year-end savings on every remaining new 2025.
Do you have some Happy Honda Day specials?
Sure do, Charlie. For example, you can lease a new 2025 Accord Sport Hybrid for just $349 a month, and we have financing from just 0% APR. We've also included over 125 pre-owned of all makes and models, and as always, our certified pre-owns are in this sale as well.
Well, maybe it's time you experience the best. The Honda of Lincoln way of doing business. 27th and Yankee Hill Road, or online at hondaoflincoln.com.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Make your next event unforgettable with Grazing Gouda, your local artists and experts in charcuterie and grazed tables. From boardrooms to ballrooms, they turn gatherings into experiences with stunning spreads of artesian cheeses, cured meats, fresh fruits, and gourmet bites. Perfect for corporate luncheons, weddings, parties, or any celebration that deserves a wow moment. They handle the details. You take the compliments. Book your graze table today at GrazingGouda.com. Grazing Gouda, because every event deserves to be savored.
Are you ready to make a difference this holiday season? Schwiezo Construction and TMCO are hosting a diaper drive December 5th through the 19th. They're collecting diapers, pull-ups, and wipes to benefit TMCO Prep Academy, the Nebraska Diaper Bank, and Forward. Drop off your donations at Schwiezo Construction, 93.7 The Ticket, Pine Lake Self-Storage, or White Elm Brewery. Together, we care for our community. For more information, please visit Schwiezo Construction's website or Facebook page today.
I'm Terrell Farley, host of Bach in the Black Shirt Show at 1 to 3 weekdays. And my favorite thing to do, see, or go to in downtown Lincoln is the food, because they have great selections of food, and Buzzard Billy's with the great alligator they have down there.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
Nutrition Authority invites you to try Blitz 250. Blitz 250 is a fully loaded pre-workout for those who want the most out of their workouts. Blitz 250 is safe for sport and banned substance free. Blitz 250 can only be found at Nutrition Authority. For location info, check us out at mynutritionauthority.com.
Looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through December at Landmark Implement, choose from a 12-month waiver on model year 2023 through 2025 John Deere 6 through 9 series tractors, sprayers, and combines. Or lock in a 2.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by 6.35% for another 36 months. Visit your local Landmark Implement for more details or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Mike, the insurance company wants us to replace the roof.
Wait, what? I thought everything was fine.
Yeah, it says right here our roof is too old and they won't be able to cover us anymore.
I guess it is 15 years old. Hi, I'm Austin with Roofing Service Company. We help homeowners with their roofing and siding projects. Financing options are available, and we can get you under a new roof no time at all. If this sounds like you, visit roofingservicecompany.com. That is roofingservicecompany.com.
Happy holidays, Nebraska. The Christmas event of the year is coming to the Lead Center. A Christmas Story, the musical, with all your favorite funny gags. The Fragile leg lamp, the Red Ryder BB gun, the ridiculous pink bunny suit, and more. All the fun of the movie, now with singing and dancing as seen on Broadway, with music by Pasek and Paul, the writers of The Greatest Showman. We triple dog dare you to get your tickets today. Leadcenter.org.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Time to go back into the Lion's Den. This is Lionheart Live with your host, Anthony Smith.
Oh, my goodness gracious. It's been 2 hours. Lionheart, that 2 hours goes fast, man.
It does. It flies by.
It flies, and there's lots of conversations. But I think your life and your way is very helpful to folks, to have some things kind of redefined for people, and for you to elevate and amplify some things, some talking points for folks to help them get through. And whether it's as an athlete, a coach, because there are a lot of coaches who listen to our show, a lot of athletes who listen to the show, and a lot of leaders. So I think Lionheart Roars should be a weekly feature where you get to lay it out for some folks, some things that make things better for them on whatever path they're on. I think it's there. Eric says this: I hope you have a great rest of the week, Mr. Smith. So it's landed.
Well, we're Mr. Smith now. Eric, I hope you have a great rest of your week too, my friend, and I enjoy bantering back and forth with you.
Give it to us, Mr. Smith.
Well, real quick, I have a larger point here, but I want to give a shout out to the Husker volleyball team. I know we took a tough loss, and that's really painful. And regardless of that result, I still think that we're the best volleyball team in the nation. I think we had an off game. I think we had some injuries, some sickness, and some other things we were dealing with there that all kind of just culminated to a storm. And I still think that they assembled one of the most dominant volleyball teams in the history of the sport. But with that said, one thing I've been noticing lately, and it's happening a little bit with volleyball at the club level, and a little bit with wrestling. I think we need to take it a little bit easier on these kids and not expect so much out of them. And I think it goes back to what kind of you and me and Bach were talking about in terms of development. I find that a lot of these tournaments, specifically wrestling, but it does happen in all the other sports that my kids are in. I find a lot of these coaches and parents seem to be living vicariously through these kids and expecting way more out of them than we should. I have coaches all the time. I'll be at these tournaments coaching all these kids, and they'll come up to me and they'll say, "Hey, coach, how they doing today? How are we doing?" And I have the same answer every time, DP. You know what I say? I don't know. I'll let you know when they're in high school. when it actually matters. Winning and losing in club sports at the younger level. Now we start getting close to high school, it starts mattering a little bit for recruiting and all that stuff, specifically for like volleyball, softball, soccer. But in wrestling, in these youth club sports, the result does not matter. And I'll say it again for all the coaches out there. It does not matter. We are not here to win championships at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 years old. That is not the goal. And I know that you think it is. It is not. It is to prepare them for success later in life. I tell my kids all the time, this is high-level practice. I can't fix it until I see what you're messing up at game speed, when it's live against someone that you don't know and they don't know you. That's all I care about. It's a couple different things. It's attitude, effort, and are you trying the things that we've been working on? I don't need you to win. You can go out there and do the stuff that you're already good at and get a win. That's a waste of my weekend because I already know you're good at that. I already know that you'll go win that tournament doing the same things that you're already good at. Are you trying the stuff that we're working out in practice? And then when it doesn't work, I just need to see it. And then on Monday, we'll go back in the room and we'll get on the mat and we'll fix it. And then we'll go back the next weekend or the weekend after that and we'll try it again. That's the point of all of this. It's development. I need to see it. You need to feel it at game time speed, and then we fix it. And then we go back in the lab and we fix it again. The championships and the W's don't matter. And we need to, and I think as a community, as coaches, as parents, we need to stop hanging so much pressure on these kids to come back with gold medals and first place trophies. It's not that serious. Nobody knows where David Taylor wrestled in high school. Not off the top of their head. Maybe hardcores do. If you just ask a random person, they have no idea. That's an Olympic gold medalist. No one knows how he did as a club wrestler. No one knows where Jordan Burroughs wrestled club or how many times he won Tulsa. Nobody knows because nobody cares. He was a Division I national champion. I've heard he did pretty good in high school. I'm a wrestling hardcore, and I don't know how many championships Jordan Burroughs won in high school. They don't talk about it because it doesn't matter. It only matters as you get older and you develop, and these championships really are important. But that's really it. And if they never make it and they're never successful and they never win championships or they don't get recruited, there's still lessons that you taught along that way that are going to stick with them for the rest of their life. And I think that's true in sports, and I think that's true in life. And that's my rant, DP.
Lionheart, well done, sir. Well done. Thank you, kind sir. We hope you folks enjoyed the 2 hours in Lionheart Live. Bach and the Black Shirt. It's Window World Wednesday. Todd Euler will be usually the feature in focus. Don't go anywhere, ticket fans. More Ticket Wednesday coming up.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hungry for something real? Come to HF Crave, Lincoln's favorite spot for burgers that are anything but basic. Locally sourced Nebraska beef, hand-cut